Be careful who you share your dreams, words of prophecy, plans of God with. It doesn't matter whether they are family, friends, whoever, you just have to be careful, learn to discern to know who to share what with. Let's back this up with scripture. In Genesis 37, we see the story of Joseph and his brothers. We know that this particular Joseph, he was born out of love because Leah was not really loved. And, the other children were also from the servants, that's Bilhah and Zilpah. So these children, they had some lack of love. But Joseph, he was born out of love. He was loved. He was favored when he was born. His father loved him so much that he even made a coat of many colors for him. And so his brothers just had this kind of hatred for him. But fast forward, after everything, Joseph, I don't know, he just couldn't tell that his brothers didn't love him, or maybe his brothers were pretending to love him. That's what some family friends and some friends and some family members do to us. They just pretend they love you, but they don't really love you. And so you tend to share with them, not knowing that you are sharing with your enemy. And so in verse 5, we see that Joseph has a dream and then he goes to tell his brothers about it. And the hatred they had for him intensifies. This Joseph couldn't even discern at that point to know that, okay, these people were not treating me well, and now it's worse because I've seen that now they even shout even more they even shout more, they despise me. He just couldn't tell. And then in verse 9, he gets another dream and then he goes to tell them again. And he just amplifies everything. Then, unfortunately, his brothers end up being in the farm, and his father asks him to go there to, care for them. Interestingly, this particular Joseph, on his way, unfortunately for him, his brothers see him and then they plan to kill him. But one of his brothers stood up for him and he was like, no, you know what? Instead of killing him, let's put him in a pit. And then eventually they sold him out. That is how most of us we end up finding ourselves in situations where we could have actually prevented if we had learned to keep quiet, or if we had learned to communicate with God rather than communicating with man. Sometimes we just speak to people and we think that, oh, this is my person and this is my person. But unfortunately, you can never know the heart of man. The heart of man is desperately wicked. You can never tell it. You can never perceive what a man is thinking about you, or if truly they love you or not. And so today I just want to encourage us and just also pray with us that the Lord will grant us the grace to